How you doing, boss lady?
Thank you. Fine. Thank you. I accept that nomination. Thank you.
All right. You got drafted.
Maze Jackson.
It's the Maze Jackson Show, where every single day we ask the question, what's in it for the black people? And if you don't like it, you can still tell them. Maze said, we out of here. Peace.
And now, traffic and weather.
Good morning. What's in it for the Black People Media family? The time is now 7:35 a.m. I'm Riis the Ruler with your Chicagoland area traffic and weather report as we head over now to the Kennedy as things change. O'Hare to the Loop is now 56 minutes. Outbound to O'Hare is in half an hour, while on the Edens, Deerfield to the Exchange will be 54 minutes. Exchange to Deerfield will be an hour and 2 minutes. On the Eisenhower, Thorndale to the Loop is 1 hour. Back out to Thorndale will be 40 minutes. On the Stevenson, it's 1 hour from I-355 to the Dan Ryan, a half an hour outbound. The Bishop Ford, I-80 to the Dan Ryan will be 43 minutes, 31 minutes to I-80, while the Dan Ryan is 25 minutes to the Loop, 15 minutes to 95th. On DuSable Lakeshore Drive South, 55th to Jackson will be 15 minutes. Jackson to 55th will be 7. On the north side, Randolph to Bryn Mawr, 8 minutes. Bryn Mawr to Randolph will be 10. Chicago, the weather, it is mostly sunny with 34 degrees right now and a high of 41 with a low of 28. I'm Riis the Ruler. Here's some Valerie here on this great, beautiful Wednesday. This is the Maze Jackson Show.
Did you have to go to jail? Put your house on up for sale. Did you get a good lawyer? I hope you didn't catch a tan. I hope you find the right man who'll fix it for you. And while you're shopping anywhere, change the color of your hair. Are you busy? And did you have to pay that fine that you've been dodging all the time? Are you still dizzy? Oh, yeah. Since I come home, well, my body's been a mess. And I miss your ginger hair and the way you like to dress. Won't you come on over? Oh, stop making a fool out of me. Why don't you come on over there? Well, sometimes I go out by myself and I look across the water and I think of all the things what you're doing. In my head I paint a picture. Since I've come home, well, my body's been a mess and I miss your ginger hair and the way you like to dress.
I've never been lucky at love, no never. I've never been good at holding.
You are listening to the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. My bad, y'all. I bumped into the switcher and turned everything off.
Turn the screen off.
Lord have mercy. And then you saw the trolls. So y'all, I guess I be putting y'all up on too much work. Like, I don't think that people really recognize Riis. Okay, so the real thing I just gotta say is that y'all do realize I've been doing this and been saying all of this stuff that you're reading now. Riis for ever and a day. Like, I have essentially So I kind of take I don't want to say offense, but it is kind of funny to me that now everybody is going to be like, oh, well, we want to stop this, we want to block this. And I think the real fear that as they go down this path is that I don't know that there's anybody who has been in politics who can escape or deny their connection or their willingness to participate or submit or the receipt of money, cash, what, right? Like Riis, I saw his money in your bank account. I see all his boys hit you off. I see you taking collections. And I think the other part that becomes very dangerous for this in this space is that a lot of these white folks will be able to leverage, like, to me, this is the setup for them to start leveraging for power going forward. And it's a unique opportunity for them to use Madigan to embarrass particularly people like in the Black Caucus, in my estimation. I think the same thing that and this is part of why I think we got to be, this is a unique time in our universe because the world is being redefined, and I think that the Black Caucus needs to not be fearful of Black people. I feel like they got to run not from us, but to us. And I think right now what the fear is that they when you did somebody wrong and now you nervous to go back by them because you know they owe you something. So you like, man, I might take my chances over there with the ops. But the ops gonna make you slaves. Right? You might live, but you're not gonna live a peaceful life. Like, I feel like you need to take your whooping and come on home. Take the whooping and come home. Don't run into another. Riis, I don't know if you got this one, but I got another one for you. Switch over. You might remember this one. And I don't mean it to be negative, but I mean it from the standpoint of this is what they feared, and here's our unique opportunity.
Political consultant and blogger Mays Jackson says
it's on the switcher. It's actually on the switcher. So you don't have to. I don't think you got to switch it over. It's just on the switcher. So if I want to go back to this old clip. You ready? Yep, ready. Here we go.
Political consultant and blogger Mays Jackson says the Duncan defection changes the power paradigm in Springfield.
When one guy breaks off the plantation, it's got to make a lot of people in Springfield real nervous.
It was before his time. But I think that is happening now. And we have to not run back to the play. You know when the Israelites were freed from Egypt, and they always had those opportunities where they was out the gate and they could have ran back because they was like, man, this sucks out here. It's like we have to forge our way forward. So I know that a lot of us want to be like, a lot of people worked in the house, still slaves, but a lot of people worked in the house and maybe did the bidding of the man. To me, there needs to be a reconciliation. Like, think about this. We're about to get wiped off the map, and the Black Caucus ain't even talking to black people about the map. Right? Like, Riis, one of the things that I always knew about my parents was that I could get in trouble, but they was going to have my back. Right? Now, I was going to get the whooping when I got home. And you owe the whooping. And you know you owe the whooping. But what they not going to do is let the white people beat on me outside. That's not happening. Now, my mouth might have been a little slick. I might have been like, yo, I might have did the tamam. I might have played you. I might have, when you been fighting for me, I might have been like this. Like the white.
What's in it for the black people?
You may have been like, the question is loaded. But I am concerned that the fear of repercussion, and I know when you say fear, then black people like, I ain't scared of you, but I feel like the concern about the response is quietly allowing us to be hurt irreparably long term because they don't want to face the short term consequences. Like, do you believe that, Riis, nobody thought this time would come? Like, the biggest believers that nothing could ever happen to the speaker were black people. Remember when it was time and everybody stood up and they defended him and they was like, yo, it's my job to be like, and well, now the time has changed. And I don't know that there's anybody that gets to run to the forefront and be like, I wasn't part of the mob. Whether you was a soldier, you had rank. When they came to you, when Chief called, you did what Chief said. You was part of the mob. You might have been on the fringes. You might have been like, damn, I sure hope they don't call me. But when they called, you came. So now the question has to be, though, well, if we was all in the mob, the lit don't change. Chief might change, but the lit don't change. But now if you don't like the new chief, you gonna holler about the lit. When it's really the chief you don't like. Cause you was in the mob. So cause you don't like the chief, you gonna go rely on the white, you gonna go snitch to get the new chief out. And then you're gonna want to go back to the old lit. But you're gonna violate it to get to where you want to be. And why are you gonna violate it? Well, because it's a black dude and it'll be easy to do. I probably shouldn't say this. But Riis, remember what I told you about being loyal? And if you loyal to them, you might not be loyal to the chief, you loyal to the man who's gonna be the next chief. So he loyal, right? When you know that once he becomes chief, then it'll be a different way. So you stay loyal all the time. He stay loyal because his whole goal is to get to the spot where he could do the things y'all talked about. But now when you get to the spot, one faction of the mob, to keep the unity, say, you got to give us this. You can't give us, you got to introduce us to the connect. Well, I give you an introduction to the connect. You never asked for an introduction to the connect from the old chief. Now why I got to give it up? Well, how about I give it to you in 10 years, but I'm going to use this connect for the next 10. So now you don't like that. So what you decide you gonna do is you going to the feds. You gonna do the Nino Brown in court. Oh, it ain't me. It's bigger than me. I got plenty of things to tell. You want to know? I can tell. You was part of the mob.
Didn't know.
It's the Mays Jackson show, Joe. He calls up there. They don't want none of this.
They didn't know because they don't know what he's talking about. I thought I was working for the Speaker of the House. I didn't know he was doing any. I didn't know that he was behind a mob activity or criminal activities.
How about you just don't incriminate yourself?
What you mean? I'm telling you, when they if you don't say nothing, then that make you sound. If I was like, I don't want, wait till my lawyer. I say I'm guilty. I don't have a clue. I really don't. Like I'm just as amazed as you are. Can you believe the Speaker of the House all this time? The things that he said to get himself elected into office, he turned around and did those same exact things. Like, oh my God! Like I cannot believe I allow myself to work for a guy like that. Like I don't know how didn't I see it? Like I had my suspicions, but I'm just now getting in the game, so I don't want to ask questions or lose my stuff. So I'm just doing as told. But to come out that it's true, it just blows my mind, sir. Blows my mind. I'm telling you.
Hey, y'all, do not get locked up with Riis. Whatever you do, you're going to jail. You're going to jail. Do not do no dirt with Riis.
I don't know nothing. They gonna who is Mays? You work from every day. I'm sorry.
Is his name Mays? Are you sure? I thought
Mays.
Mays.
Is that his government name? I never.
You don't even know. I don't even know his government. Do you know Mays? I don't even know his government.
Is this like someone like to get out of a maze or something? I'm sorry. No, I don't know. I don't care. I ain't saying nothing. But yeah, nah.
It's funny. So just for corrections officer, for lockdown, if you read the indictment and you read the way that it was written, they actually structured the organization like a mob organization. Like read the indictment and read how they referred. And I thought it was ironic. I thought it was ironic. Whew. All right, y'all. It's the Mays Jackson Show, Riis. I'm gonna move on. I don't know, man. I just don't think anybody who's been there for the last 40 years, in the last 20 years, can say they wasn't part of it. Right? And so, to me, the best solution is for everybody to be quiet and let him take his licks and rebuild.
See, but then it's like you're at the top. It's like ain't nobody gonna come and save me. Are you seeing that? Are you seeing that training day? I'll put cases on all you. So you're like, oh, y'all don't want to come and ain't nobody gonna take the rap for the speaker, huh? Okay. So, Bob, you remember that thing I put in your bank? Yeah. So you be quiet. Like you think that he gonna really like fall on the sword by himself? Nah. Be quiet if you want to. But he gonna man, you crazy. He gonna tell.
Who?
Man,
Madigan?
Like you said, man, like take your licks. Like if he's finna go down, come on, man. He taking somebody with him.
See, I feel like if he's taking anybody with him, then he would. If he fight it, if he take anybody with him, then he would be admitting that he did something.
I mean, that's what I'm saying.
Madigan getting some jail time,
and that's what I'm. So now, once it's down to the, man, listen, man, we got you. You going down. Like once his lawyer is gonna tell him, bro, they really, really got you. Like they got you. They got you.
Who else can you give up though? What else? You can't give anything beneath you. There's nothing higher than
the
Madigan.
whole operation. Man, you done seen people.
They done already snitched on everybody done snitched to get to this point. Everybody is Riis. At this point, there's nobody that's holding out. They are talking.
That's why I said prosecutors. Yeah, I'm telling you, it's somebody that he gonna listen, man. I got
the only person he can tell on is the president of the United States. Who else is left, bro? Who else is left?
Well, hope Joe ain't done nothing. I hope Joe, he making one phone call. He got Joe. You know I know. All right, I'm getting on about you. I'm gonna get you up out of there.
I want to know what made him. Now, let me tell you what's gonna be jacked up. What if they start asking about that Obama $100 million that he got, the taxes that he got? Oh, Riis. See, this is why they need to be cool. Because I feel like if they start peeling the onion back, Riis, everybody is going to be in the mix. Right? Like, I don't think you can be of any substance in Illinois politics over the last 20 years without him probably leaning on you some way, shape, or form, or you complying in some way, shape, or form. Who's told him no? And what have been the asks? We saw Theresa Ma told him no for the Chinatown deal. But, like, really? Y'all tripping, man. Think about hey, man. How long you think they've been taping, dude? And here's the funny part. See, I think like how everybody thought he didn't have a phone. He didn't, like, I think there's so many myths that have been busted up. Like, he didn't have email, like that he could never be recorded. Like, they got him on all type, everything that they said he couldn't do, that nobody ever thought could ever happen because he was smarter than everything in the whole entire world. Riis, he got caught.
Yeah.
Like, Riis, they said he don't use a cell phone. You go in the indictment. There he is on the cell phone. Riis, he don't use email. Go in the indictment. He would never he doesn't talk in meetings. He said quid pro quo, and he's like, yeah. So now, I do think that maybe a lot of those people that are jumping up in the front, because I remember, like, I just don't feel like you could tell if you participated. Does that make sense? Like, I just feel like there's some, like, if you got a side job, if you got whatever, if they gave you breaks so you could do whatever you wanted to do, I don't, like, so you could, if you, right, like, if you got a second job or you benefited from your political space and got something that every average person could not get, then I really don't know that you get to be talking smack. I feel like it's like everybody be like, yeah, but now, like, if you do law business and you got law business because you was a state rep, I don't think, if you in that group, I sure hope you ain't talking. It's just amazing to me. It's amazing to me it's almost like I feel like people are telling on themselves. They're going to wind up telling on themselves. And I do think, Riis, when you say, is he going to go down? I don't think he's going to tell. But what I do believe is that probably everybody got something. Does that make sense? Like, over the course of years, there's probably a time when whether you like a person or not, and he's in that power, he do you a solid. Right? That solid that one day can be the favor. That can one day be.
Call in. I'm trying to tell you, man. You make some phone calls. I don't think he.
Think he be like, psst.
Told you. He gonna say.
Remember that time? Remember that time? See, cause he know your love life. I think it's kind of crazy. Like, I just feel like everybody from that era should just be quiet and be like, Riis, there'll be times when I just want to say something and I just be like, you know what? Let me keep my mouth shut. That you know, I be thinking Riis, mind my own business. Let me just mind my own business. Oh, Riis be telling me I got to tell the people from WBGX 1570 the Saints, thank you. Thank you for being with us every day, Monday through Friday, 6:30 to 8 a.m. The Saints from WBGX. Now, y'all know y'all can still listen to us. You can tune in on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch as we continue this conversation. We're going to be talking about the mayor's race shortly. It was, I guess it must have been a slow news day, but I did think that it was interesting who they are listing as contenders for the mayor. But also I thought what was really crazy was how they showed Cam Buckner, his picture. And I just thought it was like the classic, like, y'all, this ain't racial. Like, y'all took all these pictures, y'all put all these people. Why is it that every time they find a black person, they got some picture of them with their mouth open, looking crazy, doing something? Like, they don't call and say, they call the white folks and be like, let me get a staff picture. Or let me get your picture. Or let me get a headshot on file. When it's these, I just got to say.
I've been saying that so long. Like, even as a teenager, I used to hate. Like, I feel like every time I look at the news, and I don't care what type of black person it was in power, they look like they could find the worst picture. I used to hate that so bad. Like, so that's the best picture that you can find on this person.
It's always like to make us a mockery or to make us a joke. All right, y'all, this is the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Come on, man, DJ Riis the Ruler. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we are going to talk about the mayor's race, and we also going to talk about this picture. I feel like, yeah, we got to talk about the picture. We'll talk about it more when we come back. It's the Maze Jackson Show.
The Maze Jackson Show will be back after this break. Maze Jackson.
Byron, you got a nomination for the vice president of the phone club.
Say what?
Dang, Byron. Look, Tennille done nominated you for the vice president of the phone club. Riis has seconded. All those in favor of Byron being the vice president of the phone club signify by saying aye. Go once, going twice. And you are now officially the vice president of the phone club. So Byron, we will be expecting to hear from you regularly. So you and Katie will have an exec board meeting and let us know the rules of engagement on the phone. And Riis is now in your number one fan club. But you got to remember whose show it is, Byron. Don't forget, because Riis will have you thinking. You know how these millennials will do.
I know who paid the bill. I know who paid the bill.
Maze Jackson.
It's the Maze Jackson Show, where every single day we ask the question, what's in it for the black people? And if you don't like it, you can still tell them. Maze said, we out of here.
Today, the Biden administration is releasing what it calls a new strategy to fight domestic terrorism. Following a 100-day review, federal officials are now laying out a new plan hoping to deter, detect, and prosecute domestic terror.
They went to the Capitol waving their flags and looking for smoke. He was out there looking for justice. They was over there looking for votes. Ashley Babbitt was with him and told all the people that nothing could stop us. She climbed through the Capitol window, breached security, and called a shot, bro. The media say she a veteran. They paint the picture to make her look greater, but she disrespected the same country that she served. That makes her a traitor. They was fighting police, resisting arrest. On God, I couldn't believe it. I guess blue lives only tend to really matter when it's convenient. Hey, these are the times we witness in history, all because they didn't get a victory. United States is so contradictory. We get equal rights, that's a mystery. Politicians, they more like magicians. You know they got tricks up their sleeve. We point out the flaws that's up in this country. You know they gon' tell us to leave. Somebody try to help me understand it. Always seems like a double standard. They be out here leaving us empty-handed. To certain rights we are not granted. The media is the culprit when it comes to the comparison. Cause when it comes to race, they always changing up the narratives. Terrorism. They say you a patriot, call you a hero. I call it terrorism. And that's on the real. You know what we know. I say it's terrorism. They say you a patriot, call you a hero. I call it terrorism. And that's on the real. You know what we know. I say it's terrorism. They say you a patriot, call you a hero. I call it terrorism. And that's on the real. You know what we know. I say it's terrorism. They say you a patriot, call you a hero. I call it terrorism. We still out here trying to get our reparations, but the government pump faking out here hesitating. I'm out here trying to keep my peace, so I keep meditating. The media make us look bad, they taint our reputation looking so sad. It's so sad that COVID causing toe tags. You claim you so patriotic, but you ain't wearing no mask. You out here wildin' with your MAGA flags and showing your ass. You wanna be part of some type of revolution so bad. Look, you talk revolution and constitutional rights, homie. I guess we forgot about back in the days when all of the business was whites only. Yeah. George Floyd got justice. Juneteenth got much respect. They made it a national holiday. Man, it's all good, but cut the check. They giving out all of these vaccines, putting it in you like caffeine. Was it all in the part of the plan? I bet money like DraftKings. It's land of the free, home of the brave. 1776, we wasn't free till 1865, so we wasn't part of that shit. And that there's terrorism. 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 Terrorism.
Back to the Mays Jackson Show. You are listening to the most dangerous show in the morning. This is What's in It for the Black People Radio. Mays Jackson. Mays Jackson, the most vociferous advocate for black people in the world.
For Ruthie Moore, for Ty Stroger, I am the host of the Mays Jackson Show, asking every single day, what's in it for the black people? And if you don't like it, you can still tell them Mays said, Mayor Lightfoot, man, we ain't accepting that. We ain't accepting that. Let's go. Yeah.
Let's get down to business and go ahead and address the facts, man. Lightfoot seems more lesbian than black. Rahm Emanuel's another case. He was just as tired. 50 closed schools left much to be desired. Police had Anjanette naked on that body cam. They suppressed the footage so it couldn't touch a lot of hands. Reminds me of that 16 shots in that cover-up. Both of them similar, so I went and dug it up. George Floyd killed, a lot of riots happened in the town. Southside burned and they wouldn't let them bridges down. Grandmother sick, need a prescription and plus a couple groceries. You gon' have to travel just to get it now. COVID-19 out here shutting all the business down. Not enough SBA loans to even give around. So many failed businesses that you can put them in the pile. If you don't survive the pandemic, it's gonna sit you down. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked is so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked is so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. Shout out to Willie Wilson, hope one day you get to send it. We need some different players in the game to handle business. Too many shady characters like Madigan and Blago. But when you really break it down, it's typical Chicago. City full of gangsters, it's what the land was built on. Same streets with hood legends, DNA get spilled on. Carjackers out here lurking, trying to get they steal on. Looking for a block to put them Hellcat wheels on. Let this give bogus appraisals a red line. Car crackers out here getting minimal fair time. And I'm concealed carry, I stay with the pipe. But Illinois gun laws giving minimal rights. Stay up on the swivel, make sure I'm moving tight. Check all of my mirrors when I pull up to the light. Pick my homie up from out of town, man, he caught a flight. He was hella nervous, told him, shorty, this a way of life. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked is so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked is so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks.
Wake up, Chicago! Wake up, world. This is the Mays Jackson Show. I'm your host, Mays Jackson. Got my man, DJ Riis the Ruler, on the ones and twos, on the wheels of steel, doing double duty. Yeah, Riis. So I decided, Riis, that I wanted to go to the screen shot. Gonna put it up. Let's see if we can add. Oh, they tried to cut us off, Riis. They tried to play us bogus, man. Oh, Lord. All right, there you go. So let me add that to the Add this to the mix. DJ Riis the Ruler. I am the host of the Mays Jackson Show. You are not sitting here. You with me every day. 6 to 9. And Riis, I'm about to put
I saw that new time proposal in there. I know I got to vote. I was looking at that time. You think that's a good time?
What?
Well, I'm not going to. I don't know if you want to.
Oh, we'll talk about it in a minute. We're going to talk about the time proposal. To matter of fact, I want y'all to talk about it, but I did want to show you this. So did y'all see, initially when I wrote this, Riis, when I wrote my analysis of this story, I said to myself, I looked at this cover and I said to the Sun-Times, they bogus. They didn't even include a black man on here. But then I was only looking in the squares. Then it dawned on me that we had a twofer. All things considered, no disrespect. So, black woman mayor last week revealed, But I felt like it was kind of crazy that we weren't considered. But I think that black people have a decision to make, right? Because we have to decide, is the man in the middle, the woman in the middle, is she going to be our candidate for mayor? Like, do you think that Mayor Lori Lightfoot, first of all, Riis, black people are forgetful and forgiving and forgetful. And so my question becomes, Riis, will we forgive the mayor? And will she be the black people's candidate? Now, part of the challenge that I have, with the, y'all seeing too much. Part of the challenge I have, Riis, is that the mayor has not demonstrated herself thus far to be an ally to black people. However, I'm not sure that Mike Quigley, how are they mentioning Anna Valencia on the front page when Anna Valencia is running for Secretary of State right now? Then Gary Chico and Paul Vallis. Now, Riis, I got to be honest with you. I was a little bothered that there was no black people mentioned on the front page. But then, and I guess I was bogus for that whole thing of no black people, because the mayor actually is a black people. And I was curious to know, did we get a double? But then, Riis, I went to the inside of the paper, and this struck me as they listed the candidates. Look at the picture that they chose of Cam Buckner. I want you to take a look at that. I want you to look at all of the other pictures that they put up. And then I want you to look at the picture that they chose of Cam Buckner. Look at all of those pictures. The hardworking congressman. The family woman with her husband. Chewy Garcia in the midst of mustaching. Paul Vallis with the professional headshot. Gary Chico, working man, open collar. Bill Conway. And then look at Cam. Riis, is that bogus to me? Am I crazy for that? For seeing that? Or is it just me is that them trying to make him cool? Because it feels to me as though, am I wrong? What you think, Riis? Look at all the other pictures.
Ain't got no other pictures of him.
And that's the now he's the chairman of the Black Caucus. Riis, he is on the mic How many times enunciating, communicating for our interests, and that is the picture that when they decide to talk about it, who they're going to put in. Riis.
That's the best picture that they got. Like, there's nothing him doing no community service, talking to the people.
Even just him headshot.
Headshot, just in it. Standing there looking at it. I don't know.
He is an attorney, highly respected member of the Illinois Legislative Black Caucus. Bro, the man has worked on the Hill. He worked to rebuild New Orleans. Bro, he's been the lobbyist for the Cubs. He was the person that got you look, Riis, that automatically makes him. Am I doing too much? Am I seeing too much? And what response? So the Sun-Times does have a black editor, but I do feel like, Riis, that is a thing that they do. It's like the most subtle, and I don't even feel like it's subtle anymore. Give us a call, 872-259-7474. Is that racist? Do you think that's like the internal racism?
Definitely. I told you, man, they've been doing that. Man, that's I hate the news. That's why I do not watch it. But yeah, like, that's what I'm trying to say. He'll stay rep. Like, that's the best picture, you know what I'm saying, that you have of him. He's running for office. You don't have him doing anything. Look at everybody else, like, they either speaking or doing something, you know. Something
positive.
Something.
He around here looking cool.
Chilling. Yeah. He like me, and we'll all get cool shades like this, and life would be so much better and such. Like, nah, like, do they even get to, like, approve these pictures or not? They just.
And think about it. They got a black editor in chief of the Sun-Times.
He didn't even get one with his beard Beijing then and nothing like that. You know? He could at least got the good one.
We don't do the Beijing, bro. That's the distinguished look.
Distinguished look. Okay, I mean, I definitely think that, you know, that it should have been a picture of him doing, like, if it was all like everybody just like a regular picture, you know, just like a little face shot, I'm like, oh, okay, that ain't too bad. But the fact that you're looking at people actually doing something, and he's the only one that's like, yeah, I'm here. Like, I don't know, I don't like that. Then on top is the big white man on top. So now I'm
at the top of the
yeah. I'm just yeah. I don't know. That's rubbing me wrong. That's rubbing me.
But just think about what it's doing to his potential campaign, though. This is the first time most people have seen him in that capacity.
All right.
I'm just saying. I also wanted to point out in this article, they said that other possibilities included Jonathan Jackson, son of civil rights leader Jesse Jackson Sr., could run if he doesn't win the crowded race to replace retiring U.S. Rep. Bobby Rush. Alderman Gilbert Villegas could do the same if he loses his congressional race to State Rep. Delia Ramirez. So could Ramirez, for that matter. Carrie Steele, president of Metropolitan Water Reclamation District, could also enter the mayor's race if she loses to Cook County assessor. So let me also show you how they poisoned the well. You see how they took that whole little section? She not losing. But see how they try to put that in to the place to kind of divide you? To make you start to think, well. And so I want to caution you all to pay attention when you're starting to read these articles. You got to start reading these articles with your third eye. But Riis, I guess the question I got to ask, and I want to open it up to everybody else, is before we even get to who is a black candidate and do we have options? Because I got to tell you, looking at that field, of candidates that they are listing right now, Riis, you got to wonder, does the mayor have a chance to win still? Right? If you look at everybody on this with the exception of Cam and Mike Quigley, they've lost. They've been losers. Or their prospect is based on losing. So now, Riis, the black people got to ask another question. Is Lori Lightfoot going to be our mayoral candidate? Or will we be forced to choose from these candidates? And of them, who do we pick? Now, one of the other things I thought was important for us to pay attention to in this article, and I'm going to keep on helping you out, the statement from Victor Riis that I think was very important. And I think, guys, we got to start looking at who are going to be the players. Riis, Victor Riis talked about, remember Bill Conway? Mm-hmm. He ran against Kim Fox, the white military weapons guy. But look at what he said. Look at what Victor Riis says about Conway. Oh, wait a minute. First he says Conway could write his own check because of his father, says veteran political operative Victor Riis. Everyone else is going to struggle to raise money, which is true. But listen to the most important part of this article that jumped out to me. The path for both Chico and Conway is similar. They need to win a majority of the white and Latino, and listen to this. The path for both Chico and Conway is similar. They need to win a majority of the white and Latino vote. Then they would only need 15 to 20% of the black vote. Did you hear that? Let me read that to you again. The path for both Chico and Conway is similar. They need to win a majority of the white and Latino vote. Then they would only need 15 to 20% of the black vote, Reyes said. Now, this is also the same architect who is trying to take us out on the map, right behind the scenes, is now planning how could they take the mayorship with little to no black support. Did you hear that? They put it in the paper. So right now, people are trying to figure out how do they minimize the need for black support in Chicago. Where the path to success used to go through black people, you now see the Latino strategists telling you out loud that if we can capture the Latino vote and the white vote, we only need, check this out, 2 out of 10 black people to support. Now, Riis, in a room full of 10 black people, how many of them black people gonna be like, man, the white ice is colder? You think it's 2 out of 10 people in the room that's gonna say the white ice is colder?
I don't think so.
You sound crazy, boy. In Chicago, as trained as everybody. Okay, go ahead.
First of all, I want to start out by saying it's platforms like this that actually highlight Cam in a better vision for us. So it's platforms like this that's needed to prevent them to show him like that, because we know the real Cam Buckner. But then in a time like this, because it'd be him and the mayor running, right? So that's 2 black people. I don't think so. I don't think so.
So then we got to ask, are we supporting Maryland? Because 2 of them, then that splits our vote.
Correct.
So now, are we going to support Cam or the black candidate or the mayor? Because we got a decision to make here.
True.
Because understand that they are making a strategy that does not include us. And Riis, I'm going to tell you that if you just look at David Moore, 2 out of 10 people are going with the white people. 2 out of 10 black people. Think about it.
True.
For David Moore, 9 out of the black people went with somebody besides him. Internally. Now, I'm not saying what that means in the world, but I'm saying, Riis, get out of here And I'm just telling you, because, and I'll be honest, Reese. If I'm looking at this and I'm not what's in it for the black people, the people that are going to do the best are the 2 out of 10 if the black don't. Like, so usually the black person that rises to the top is the black person that bets in the 2 out of 10. And they say, damn, you know where the best success for black people tend to be in politics? That if you're not the elected official, is wherever the black people are not. Like, if you really want to do well in politics as a black person, usually you got to go where the black people are not.
So you can be the only one stand out.
You can be the one, or because the black people are usually going to spend their time trying to prove that you ain't the special black person for the black people. So you go somewhere where it ain't no black people, and your voice is the voice that's heard. And then because you're limited, because nobody else came with them, you took all the L's. You took all of the get your name dirt, you sell out, you Uncle Tom. But then when it's all over, Reese, you win. Because then you get paid while everybody else who called you a sellout is sitting on the sideline. Reese, it's that whole thing when I was asking you, when do you know when it's time to cash out? Right? So you see a race, like, no, just think about this. And I hate the fact, first of all, what you see in the paper is a master at dividing black people, right? Years and years and years of dividing black people and then identifying the black person that is influential enough to get them over the hump. It's in the paper for you right now. Now you combine this with the fact that he is also behind the scenes doing the mayor, doing the remap situation. And you have to ask yourself, Reese, my bet is they've already figured out who the 2 in 10 black people are. The 2 in 10 black people going to be the Beverly black people. The 2 in 10 black people going to be the black people that live downtown that done moved on up. The 2 in 10 black people are going to be the people that didn't live here before, Reese. Right? Now, remember, these ain't black people from black.
I can see that.
It's the 2 in 10 going to be the 2 in 10 black people that live in the West Loop. The 2 in 10 black people that came here from somewhere else who are like, I'm tired of this corrupt process. The 2 in 10 people are going to be the same people who see that picture of Cam and say, man, this ninja. The 2 in 10 people going to be the ones that say, man, he took his first picture in sunglasses. The 2 in 10 black people going to be like, where did he come from? The 2 in 10 black people going to be, man, we finna let this Negro get ahead of us. Now, but here comes the conundrum, Reese. So be Mace Jackson, be a political consultant, and know that the reality is that every black person will be told that if they're a supporter, they are associated with you, or if they hire you, they will have. Well, now they can't be told that because why? Because they ain't got to be fearful of the speaker, or do they? Right? But just think, for Mace Jackson, the reality is, for all of that, the real opportunity for me to eat probably won't come from a black person. Does that make sense at all? And I much love to Cam, and I'm not tripping on Cam at all, right? And it's like, but in this process, if Bill Conway was to run, the money is going to be there. You feel me? And when do you come up? Think about all of this that I have every day that we share. Jerome, I don't think you can actually say that. I think that, and quite frankly, what kind of what bothers me about this picture is that we do know that Cam has been making his rounds and has become very well liked in certain circles. But again, you push out these articles, you push out these pictures, you push out this stuff to create a different narrative. Again, most people, the first exposure that they've had, if they ain't watched here, when have you seen him? And I really truly think that, again, and what is the craziest part is, Riis, that who else gonna call it out, Riis? And this is the black paper, quote unquote. If the Tribune did that, we'd be all up in racist Republican newspaper. How is this still happening? But now, Riis, the question is is Mayor Lightfoot going to be our candidate again? Is she the best we got to offer? Is Cam the best we got to offer? Not the shade, no shade. But I think we're going to have to decide, because remember, we playing for all the marbles. And so the question I have is that our candidate? Are they our candidate? I'm the worst. Mike Quigley, Anna Valencia, Mayor Lori Lightfoot, Gary Chico, Paul Vallis. Is this our line? Riis, are we gonna forgive the mayor, you think? Will the black people forgive her? Like, will you forget about Anjanette Young? Put that behind us? Will we forget about the buildings and what happened and her sicking the street guys on us in our neighborhoods? And if so, what will it take for us to forgive her?
I think they'll forgive her. If you look at the history of Chicago, like I'm trying to tell you. Well, I guess I said, like in my age, like we really stay away from like the old white people. Like no offense, I'm just saying, like that just their like their policies. We grew up to them, and we see that it didn't do anything for us. So like for somebody that's in my age, like I say about like 35 and under, we probably would vote for Lori, or at least the black person that's in the city. Well, it's Chicago, so yeah. So I think we might probably do vote for Lori. Now, will she win? I don't know. She rubbed a lot of people the wrong way. She rubbed a lot of people. According to that paper, how did it say Lori Lightfoot like to win? Like, did it give her hers to like winning? Because you see how it said that if they get the majority of the white and Hispanics and then 15% of blacks, did they have that for Lori Lightfoot too?
No, they didn't have it in there. But I think Lori's win is going to count on her getting progressive whites to stick with her and hoping that she can weave in black folks. I think she's got a lot of street cred with the Latinos. I think she gave up everything. I think my question is, who are our strategic allies? Like, what's our way forward? Because I feel like she could really, I feel like everybody's planning around us. I feel like that's the same path for her, quite frankly. Oh, no, man. It's the Mace Jackson Show. Let's take a quick break, and then when we come back, we'll continue the conversation. Give us a call, 872-259-7474. 872-259-7474. Is Lori going to be our candidate again? We'll talk about it.
The Mace Jackson Show will be back after this break. Mace Jackson.
What's up, Chicago? This is your man, Mace Jackson, host of the Mace Jackson Show. You hear me every single day ask the question, what's in it for the black people? Well, finally, y'all, we've got an answer, and it's called the Black People First Party. Meet us every Saturday from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. at TP, located at 5401 South Wentworth, Unit 17E. That's in the mall at the 55th and the Dan Ryan. And you join us every Saturday where we are taking our politics black. We'll teach you everything you need to know about the game, from how to collect a petition to how to knock on a door to even how to become the next mayor of the city of Chicago. That's right, y'all. It is the Black People First Party. Meet us every Saturday, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. at TP, located at 5401 South Wentworth in the mall at 55th and the Dan Ryan. And if you don't like it, you can still tell them Mays said. This is a black people thing you wouldn't even understand.
Mays Jackson. And now, traffic and weather.
I love being black. Do you love being black? Yeah, I love being black. Hey, I do this for my people all across the globe. Hey, it's break.
Good morning. What's in it for Black People family? The time is now 8:36 a.m. I'm Riis the Ruler with your last Chicagoland area traffic and weather. As we head over to the Kennedy one last time, O'Hare to the Loop is still an hour. Outbound to O'Hare is up to 40 minutes. On the Edens, Deerfield to the Exchange will be 54 minutes. Exchange to Deerfield will be 50. On the Eisenhower, Thorndale to the Loop is an hour and 40 minutes back out to Thorndale. On the Stevenson, from I-355 to the Dan Ryan will be 53 minutes. Outbound will be 35, while the Bishop Ford is 40 minutes. I-80 to the Dan Ryan, 35 minutes to I-80. While the Dan Ryan is 21 minutes to the Loop, 13 minutes to 95th. On DuSable, Lakeshore Drive South, 55th to Jackson will be 15 minutes. Jackson to 55th will be 7. On the north side, Randolph to Bryn Mawr, 8. Bryn Mawr to Randolph, 15 minutes. Today's weather, it is currently 36 and sunny. Today will be a high of 41 with a low of 28. I'm Riis the Ruler, and I love being black here on the Mays Jackson Show.
One day we return to our greatest city, we seek it all the glory we can obtain it, keep reaching. I'm painting this picture, I hope you see it, just what the theme is. I love being black, we turning up, I love being black. Say it loud, man, I love being black. One more time, I love being black. Hey. Well, how about you to sing these tunes too? Customize for you a little something you can groove to. Feeling good about yourself, melanated, mood muse. Always service humble pie, we don't care about who's who. Light brown or dark skin, this right here's for you too. We are the gods of the earth, living proof truth. Say it loud, if you black and proud, I salute you, and that's a fact. Where you at? Let me hear you say it back. I love being black. We turning up, I love being black. Say it loud, man, I love being black. One more time, I love being black.
You are listening to the Mays Jackson Show, and I definitely love being black, man, but sometimes y'all be working my nerves. Y'all love being black, but y'all sure do be working my nerves.
Forever.
Black people be like, you gonna make me pay. Riis, I want to encourage everybody. First of all, shout out to the Black People First Party. This Saturday, and I think we're gonna have a meeting location change, because we're gonna be at Greater Walters Missionary Baptist Church for our 18th Ward Black People First Political Party meeting. Now, we typically meet at 10 o'clock at TP, but we're going to meet at Greater Walters, which is at 8422 South Damon. And we're going to be there from 11 to 1 o'clock because we're going to be organizing our chapter over in the 18th Ward. So that will be Katie Lindsay and Alfred Evans. Thank you to Greater Walters AME Church, AME Zion Church, Greater Walters Zion AME Church for welcoming us there. Thank you to Alfred Evans. Thank you to Katie Lindsay. Thank you to Devin Gordine for making it all happen. Can I send a big shout out to Regina Gibson too? Shout out to Regina. I missed you the other day. But I want to thank you all. And so I want to encourage everybody. I'm going to have to change. We are going to be there from 11 to 1. And we are organizing chapters all over the city of Chicago. Because we got to put black people first. It is the Maze Jackson Show. Let's go. Reese, you said I got a caller. Caller, you on the Maze Jackson Show. What's up? I bet that's Devin. What's up, caller?
Shalom.
Oh, it's Shalom. It's Israel who was out. Hey y'all, just in case y'all didn't know who Israel is. Hey, let me put your picture up there with you while we talking, because I saw you was out kicking it last night where you was trying to. So we know what team you on now. We know who you done picked.
It's cool.
Why you say that?
It's cool. I got a picture with her too, man.
We see you. I got you on. You watch.
I know it's cool. Hey, first of all, I don't even live in Chicago, so y'all got it twisted.
That's why you. I see
you up there.
So look, Israel. We call this a peace treaty because we know you. You know you got some associations with them folks people, and she. You know they told me that she might have been with the Moes.
I told you I'm a Navy SEAL. I'm y'all secret weapon over there. I'm the secret weapon for the black folks. Black people.
You 11 point. Look, that's an 11-point treaty they got going on over there. You see yourself up there. We got your picture on the page right now. You live on the page. With you and your picture.
That's all good. It's all love. I had to find some new friends because my old friends turned into frenemies.
I know that feeling, man. I know that feeling. So talk to me, man. What's going on?
Yeah, keep the game. Man. I've been in some strange meetings there recently. The big business going to try to get behind Brian Hopkins, Second Ward. They trying to push him. And then I heard last night Obama Foundation pushing Lori. And then, it's interesting. It's going to be interesting situation. So,
who we pushing? Who is our candidate? Are we all?
Man, you invent.
We going back to Lori.
New political advisor.
Are we your new political? Hey y'all, so look, we just got us a new client. Shout out to Israel, is our new client. So if he come knocking on your door and he ain't call us, and we'll negotiate you a safe exit. How about that?
It's all good. But yeah, I introduced your wife to Jamie Riis last night too.
Oh, look at you out there networking, putting the plug there.
Yeah, that's what I do. If you ain't networking, you ain't working.
I heard that. Look at y'all. Between you and Riis, blessed by the best, y'all got all the fly statements for me today. Anything else cracking in Israel, man?
No, that's about it, man. It's about cracking lucking, and I'm just trying to meet some new friends, man. No, I ain't her friend yet, but I had to force my way through security. Like, man, let me take a picture. I have my gangster hat on so they get out the way.
Hey, Israel, I heard they was mean mug. I heard her girl was mean mugging my wife, man. My man,
you know how that goes, man.
I was like, hey man, you supposed to mean mug back. You supposed to be like, this the family, right? You got something in your eye?
No, she don't supposed to be mean mug back. You know she's too pretty to be mean mug.
Hey, what you talking about, pretty man? You better be cool, man. Hold on.
I'm saying, you let her mean mug then. Come on, man.
I know, man. I'm just getting.
I knew her for you anyway. I knew her daddy, the judge. She's 6 Ward's finest, so I'm with that.
All right.
Now, how you like that one?
I was. So I'm all good. 6 Ward. Oh, that's right. That's your man's them though. That's what you. I know you like a 6 Water. I know you like a rock. I know you like a. I think I ain't see your candidate on there because Israel for Rod Sawyer for mayor. That's what Israel. So shout out to Rod Sawyer.
I just asked the question, man.
Man, listen to your political advisor.
I'm testing the water, man.
I see you right there. I see you sticking your toe in the water. Appreciate you, dog. Shalom. Appreciate you. Shalom. All right, y'all. That's the Maze Jackson Show. Anybody else up there? That's it.
I already said, people love him. A lot of people love him some Obama. But if Obama come out and say, I want to endorse Lori Lightfoot, then boom, they gonna be like, that's what we go up to. Boom. At least 80% of the black people are gonna vote for Lori. All they need is Obama. Once you put the Obama stamp on it, wow, it's like
we still taking the Obama stamp. That stamp's still good.
Black certified. What you talking about?
He giving the museum to Hawaii. Watch, we got the center. Right. It's like that. Watch, the Obama Center gonna be Chicago.
He from like Hawaii.
It's gonna be Chicago Youth Center. It's gonna be the Obama Chicago Youth Center Obama chapter. Yeah, it's gonna be like CYC Obama.
See,
y'all know about CYC. Hey, real quick though, let me let you all know that the people of North Beverly Civic Association and the 18th Ward and the 21st Ward are going to be with us at Greater Walters Zion AME Church located, let me make sure I got it right. Located at, goodness gracious, 8422 South Damon. We are meeting this Saturday. So the What's in it for the Black People meeting that is typically held at TP will be moved to 11 o'clock at Greater Walters AME Church, 8422. We are bringing more people into the organization. Our family is growing. Now y'all don't even have to, y'all can come to the meeting and don't be scared. We ain't gonna even ask you to go outside. You don't even got to go get no petitions now, so you ain't got to do the hard stuff. Now, y'all missed y'all first badge. Y'all didn't go through basic training. Y'all didn't get y'all weapons, but we still want you to come join us. If you are interested in putting your politics, black people first are interested in politics, then this is for you. Don't mean you can't be part of something else. Don't mean you can't do anything else, but we got to start putting black people first. Because I want to, Riis, so many of us are living in neighborhoods that are being encroached upon. So many of us are living in neighborhoods where we feel like our voice has been muted. So many of us have been part of a system that has come apart. And so if you are interested, you live on the southwest side of Chicago and you are interested, join us. And I got to tell you, Katie Lindsay and Alfred Evans are out here working. They are going door to door. They are inviting community organizations. See, we're not asking you to always be outside, be in the cold, but we are asking you to participate, to allow us to start to unify our voice politically. Look, I'm not trying to be the spokesperson for black people, none of that. But I think this election cycle, these next two, can be so important to our future. I'm just asking you, yo. It is the Mays Jackson Show. Meet us Saturday, 8422 South Damon, Greater Walters AME Church. And I want to thank Greater Walters for welcoming us there. Now, Alfred, Katie all the way over in Marquette Park inviting people right now. Let's have a big turnout. Let's let people know that we have a voice and that we are going to have. We're not going to be quiet. Like, I'm tired of being politically scared. It ain't no more boogeymen. I was just thinking, y'all. I was talking about this Madigan thing, and I was thinking about how at one point, just a year or 2 years ago, we had to operate our lives in fear of what he would think. Y'all ever think, like, what would happen if people were scared about what we thought? Do you know what it's like to walk into a room, walk into a place, see people, know, and they know that you are unapologetic in your stance for black people? Can I tell you what? And you know the University of Chicago thing that happened a couple weeks ago? Understand, Riis. That was the first step in us collectively taking and making sure that our voice was heard. And every week we get bigger and badder. Every week we grow. It's like a snowball. There's more people joining the movement. And I got to figure out, like, who are the people that we need to talk to? Who are the organizations? Riis, who are the people across the city of Chicago that we need to be talking to so that we can finally have a we? Not a me, but a we. How do we get to a point where even that 15% of us that they trying to figure out is bigger than 15%, that they can't find two of us to pick off. You feel me? Like, we got to start looking around and start saying, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? Look, the petition filing situation is up. Remember yesterday, Riis, when I asked you, was there any advantage to being black? With black people? We're going to determine that this cycle. But I also think it's going to be important to see which black people are willing to talk to us. Which black people are going to put their trust in black folks before they put it in, what y'all call it, the mythical sky daddy? Like, politics is work. It's funny because I was looking around and I've been having some real interesting conversations, meeting people I'm not supposed to meet, talking to people who I'm not supposed to talk to. And I realized, Riis, that it is about organization. It is about having the people that can do. Who are the people, the places, the things that matter in the black community that we need to get going in the right direction? Right? So that I don't want to be wait a minute, we ain't talked to that no. It's like everybody should be welcome, but we got to get going in the right direction. Do you realize, think about the boldness of somebody who is really behind the scenes jacking us on the map, saying we're trying to figure out a plan where we can marginalize 80% of the black people. Who will volunteer to be the two? Because can I tell you what, Riis? Traditionally, if you volunteer to be the two, you're going to be rich at the end. But then it's only two instead of the 8 of us are out. Whose organizations are organized that are mobilized that, look, y'all, we ain't asking nobody to come under. But can we get an understanding? Can we be aligned in the fact that we are on the menu right now? That there is a new political world order being formed and we don't know who our black voice is. Let me ask you a question. Who's even the black people that are picking the black candidates to run for mayor? They picking themselves? Who is auditioning to get the black support? Or is that an afterthought? Riis, you said yesterday, most people feel like if they Democrat, they don't got to spend no time with the black people. They like, shoot. Like, I was just thinking, like, I thought it was kind of, like, can I tell you, David Moore yesterday? That was damn crazy. Now, this man does truly have more experience than everybody out there. And the main people telling them that he can't do it is black folks. Like, Riis, what you got to do? How much college you got to have? How many jobs you got to get elected to? How many people do you have to help before you don't have to worry about somebody just walking in who they think is more presentable and stepping over you? I got a new favorite. I do. I really. Riis, I was loving. I think this is so awesome. I gotta tell you that this video, I really do like it a lot. And I'm gonna play it for you one more again. Because I often wonder as I was watching, what do black people have to do to get the same love you got me on, it's gonna come through the road. I was thinking about David Moore, and I could not get this off my mind. And I think this is pretty cool. I thought this was one of the most awesome commercials ever. I'm gonna play it for you one more again so you can see it. One of the best produced videos that I've seen in a while. But I wonder, what do black people have to do to get support like this?
Please. Here in the state of Illinois, we've had many, many problems, but we need people who have integrity.
You've never forgotten where you've come from. You've always brought people with you, and you always show up for our communities.
Well, I'm from the military.
I know you are.
Really glad to be here today in support of Anna Valencia.
We're going to build on his amazing legacy of modernizing the office and making it so accessible.
Anna and I come from Central Illinois, and there we believe in commitment to duty. We believe in honesty in government, and we believe that when you take on a job, you should take on the responsibility that goes with it. And I see that in Anna Valencia. I believe that she's going to do a great job as your Secretary of State. I'm Illinois Secretary of State Jesse White, and I wholeheartedly endorse Anna Valencia for Secretary of State.
What we got to do? What do we need to do to get that kind of consideration from our own people? I gotta ask. I'm sorry, Reese. Hold on, I got it. Yeah, I got it. I thought that was dynamic.
You heard what the man said yesterday about how we've been trained for the black vote.
Wait, no,
the clip.
Yeah, you got it.
Oh yeah, my since earlier.
Reese, like, I've been ready. I was play. I will. Like, this was just from yesterday's phone, from yesterday's show. Play it again, Reese. This was Juan Thomas. He was one of the top black Democrats in Kane County, one of the most respected black Democrats. And Reese, even he gets it. Play it.
And get our vote. The challenge is, and this is what I'll end with this, we are socialized to vote Democratic. And while I've been active with the party, you've been active with the party, and this is going to get me in trouble too. Like,
man, I'm saying, are you sure you want to do this? Hold on, Juan. Now, Juan. Let me tell you, from a brother who's been in the wilderness, and as soon as, not these, because let's just be clear, Juan, I want to be clear that a lot of the Democratic consultants that helped him become the mayor of Aurora are now back on the other side. So you got to be careful as a black man when you do this. And I'm just telling you, about to walk on a landmine. You could back up right here.
Well, I'm in the wilderness in Kane County anyway. They don't like me anyway. We have to hold our Democratic officials accountable and just not default to them and give them our vote without a conversation and without a transaction. And that's what they're going to expect us to do, like we have historically done. Richard has an opportunity to challenge that narrative and make us have this conversation. And so while, yes, I'm still a member of the Democratic Party, I've been a committeeman, I've been chair of the party out here in Aurora, I've been active for over 25 years out here. I see how they treat African Americans they can't control. I lived it. And we have to collectively have a hard conversation. And yes, you're in the wilderness. I'm in the wilderness out here in my area. And quite frankly, the question is, why are we in the wilderness? Because Juan Thomas and Mays Jackson has the nerve to ask, how does this help black people? Because what you've been doing in Chicago, I've tried to do that out here in Aurora. And these in our Democratic establishment friends and colleagues, they resent the question. So I start replacing black with union. Y'all support labor. You don't compromise that. When it's time to support labor, our party stands up and says we're pro-labor. In fact, out here in Kane County, the Kane County Democratic Party has an annual picnic, and they call it the pro-labor picnic. They're unapologetic with their support for labor. But if we stand up and say we're pro-black, somehow we're divisive, we're confrontational.
See, I said divisive.
We have an organization out here called the Kane County Women's Democratic Caucus. Primarily white women that are supporting the election of white women throughout the county. In 2020, my brother, 6 women ran for Kane County office countywide. 2 were black, 4 were white.
Pause.
The 4 white women won.
That's the same thing that's happening in Springfield right now. There were almost 9 white women who got together and decided that they was finna do their thing and start telling and start blocking the speaker's contracts. Now, I'm not trying to protect the speaker, but I want y'all to understand that their interests don't align with ours. And when you start jumping on the bandwagon, make sure that you don't understand, because pay attention to what happened with this same white women caucus to Juan's wife. Go ahead.
One, the 2 black women lost.
Rewind it just a little bit. Go back.
All Democrats.
Go back to the white women's caucus.
But when we raise these issues and these questions, because Juan Thomas and Mays Jackson has the nerve to ask, how does this help black people? Because what you've been doing in Chicago, I've tried to do that out here in Aurora. And our Democratic establishment friends and colleagues, they resent the question. So I start replacing black with union. Y'all support labor. You don't compromise that. When it's time to support labor, our party stands up and says we're pro-labor. In fact, out here in Kane County, the Kane County Democratic Party has an annual picnic, and they call it the pro-labor picnic. They're unapologetic with their support for labor. But if we stand up and say we're pro-black, somehow we're divisive, we're confrontational. We have an organization out here called the Kane County Women's Democratic Caucus.
White women.
Primarily white women that are supporting the election of white women throughout the county. In 2020, my brother, 6 women ran for Kane County office countywide. 2 were black, 4 were white. The 4 white women won. The 2 black women lost. All Democrats. But when we raise these issues and these questions, why did the 2 sisters lose? All of a sudden, we're not team. I'm sorry, this is the word they use out here. We're not good Democrats.
Good niggas. Good niggas. I'm sorry.
Thank you, Steve.
I say it. You don't say it. Look, man, you got all the good stuff. So you let me say that. Look, I done already. Don't you say it, but you know I said it. Now go ahead, Juan, and let me just help y'all understand. Juan is plugged, y'all. In case y'all don't understand, like for real, this is really like a big deal of a call, right? Because this brother is in the highest rooms and the highest ranking locations, and they want to pull him to the front. But again, when you start having Juan, I'm telling you, your invite's gonna go down, dog. Your invite's gonna go down. You keep talking like this. Juan?
They have I'm here. Within the local Democratic establishment, I have been marginalized for years because I have challenged the local party. They do not like African Americans that will not fall in line. And because we're the minority out here, we don't have the numbers Cook County has.
You know you famous. No, you know you famous, so you know they got an ad. You know you got an ad got to come through.
And that's where I struggle, because I believe in coalition building. I believe in collaborative leadership. I believe in you just can't be for one group all the time. But my challenge is, why can't we ever be for black people? Why can't that be one of our core principles? I'll support Latino interests. I'll support labor. I'll support white women. But can we ever support black people too? And that's the conversation they never want to have. This past weekend, the Kane County Democrats had their annual Truman dinner, JB came out here. I had 3 friends tell me the room was packed. There were only 5 black people in the room.
David Moore was one.
Because even the black community out here has become fed up with the local Democratic establishment. So Richard has an opportunity because a lot of us are disgruntled. However, Richard can't be Alan Keyes.
There is something happening all over the county, all over the state. Black people are seeing it, feeling it, and touching it. And I'm just telling you right now, everybody that was complicit before, don't be trying to play like you wasn't. Riis, I'm going to tell you, it was a lot of people holding a lot of press conferences. A lot of people meeting at Gibson's upstairs in the upstairs room that were part of the plots. Right? It's a lot of people that was like, man, we teamed up with Madigan and we kicked your ass. A lot of y'all, I remember. And it wasn't just a few. It was everybody. So stop. Stop trying to play like you was the self-righteous one. Y'all should be quiet. Let this man take his thing. Don't you be trying to have a press conference talk about you was the champion? You wasn't the champion. You was the champion after it was already going. Riis, they want. Remember? Did you see that video from not Slicks? What's the name of that place? With the dude got the souffle, he got the flying hammer elbow. The club, the Nipsey's. Right?
Nipsey's, yeah.
You can't claim the knockout if the dude was already laid out. You doing the WWF on him when he already laid out, that don't count. You don't get points for that. You don't get points for speaking up after he gets arrested. You know what I'm saying? Like, Riis, you can't be like, we told you. We stood up after they locked him up. After they put the... Can I read something to you from today's Politico? I thought this was pretty... So, this is the hypocrisy. And I'm going to read this to you today. And it's not shade to anybody. But it's the example of how white folks do. First in Playbook. This is today's from Shia's Politico. First in Playbook, longtime lobbyist and Democratic political advisor Dan Shulman has severed his contract with the city of Aurora due to Mayor Richard Irvin's Republican bid for governor. I'm really proud of all that our team at Dan Shulman Inc. has accomplished for the city of Aurora and its citizens on many fronts, Shulman said in the statement to Playbook. Our team worked with the excellent group of local legislators and Governor Pritzker last year to extend the River's Edge Redevelopment Zone Act. During our service to Aurora over many years, we have helped bring tens of millions of dollars in projects to the city. Shulman's firm has lobbied for Aurora for more than 15 years, and in December, I saw his contract renewed to the tune of $9,300 per month. A familiar name among Springfield lobbyists, Shulman has been credited with helping Aurora get state funding for Aurora Civic Center Authority and Hesed House, a Feed the Hungry mission. He's also advised the city on how to manage and distribute state motor fuel taxes, federal highway funds, and COVID relief monies from Congress. Shulman got his start on the political scene serving as campaign manager and political director for then Senator Barack Obama. After Obama left the White House, Shulman built a lobbying and consulting practice focused on municipalities, large companies, and statewide organizations. Irvin's entry into the governor's race raised eyebrows and caused some concern among some of Shulman's other clients and a few members of the House Black Caucus who are aligned with Democratic Governor J.B. Pritzker. Now that he's extricated his business from the Aurora contract, those concerns have eased even if Shulman took a hit in the pocketbook. See how they get to play all sides? $9,300 a month, Riis. $9,300 a month. But they going to make it up for him. He going to make it up. But But let's be clear. He was a Republican the whole time.
Step out of line?
Huh?
Did he step out of line?
Nah, he was with Richard Irvin.
Oh, you see.
But here's my thing. He was a Republican before. It's only now that it's an issue. Now, can I get the Aurora $9,300 a month contract though? Think about that. Black mayor, $9,300 a month contract, white lobbyist. And that's no shade to Dan Shulman, but I'm just telling you. Think about the gravity of the fact that Riis, all of this, I bet you, if they really did a report, there's a lot of Democrats that was working that helped Richard Irvin become the mayor, whether he was Democrat or Republican. It's only now. But in the meantime, you getting blacklisted. All right. All right, I'm going to take a quick break. We got to wrap this thing up. You got work to do. All right, y'all. This is the Mace Jackson Show. I'm your host, Mace Jackson. For Maze and Riis and Ruthie, every single day we ask the question, what's in it for the black people? If you don't like it, you can still tell them. Maze said, we out of here. Peace.
Let's get down to business and go ahead and address the facts, man. Lightfoot seems more lesbian than black. Rahm Emanuel's another case, he was just as tired. 50 closed schools left much to be desired. Police had Anjanette naked on that body cam. They suppressed the footage so it couldn't touch a lot of hands. Reminds me of that 16 shots in that cover-up. Both of them similar, so I went and dug it up. George Floyd killed, a lot of riots happened in the town. Southside burned and they wouldn't let them bridges down. Grandmother sick, need a prescription and plus a couple groceries. You gon' have to travel just to get it now. COVID-19 out here shutting all the business down. Not enough SBA loans to even give around. So many failed businesses that you can put them in the pile. If you don't survive the pandemic, it's gon' sit you down. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. Shout out to Willie Wilson, hope one day you get to send it. We need some different players in the game to handle business. So many shady characters like Madigan and Blago. But when you really break it down, it's typical Chicago. City full of gangsters, it's what the land was built on. Same streets with hood legends, DNA get spilled on. Carjackers out here lurking, trying to get they steal on. Looking for a block to put them Hellcat wheels on. Let us give bogus appraisals a red line. Car crackers out here getting minimal fair time. And up the seal carry, I stay with the pipe. But Illinois gun laws giving minimal rights. Stay up on the swivel, make sure I'm moving tight. Check all of my mirrors when I pull up to the light. Pick my homie up from out of town, man, he caught a flight. He was hella nervous, told him, shorty, this a way of life. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad we got lactose. Still trying to